What's that?
But, did we discuss like everyone's rank at one point? Like everyone's title? I think we did, right?
Yes.
What's everyone again? You guys remember? Because I think I found a list and I wanted to update it.
I think I was in command, if I recall.
We're all going to be in command. I just want to make sure that our titles are correct. Except for Tom. Tom is getting demoted to cabin boy. Which is a job that is reserved for the young boys aboard pirate ships that served as servants. And because he is late, he's now cabin boy. So, guys, feel free to call him that. Anytime.
Oi, cabin boy!
Well, we all know that he has a real rank, but we'll all know the real one. So, the one that we assign when he's not here. But I know that Tom would want to be the sailing master, the one who he's always in the crow's nest and is going to navigate where we go.
Fuck. How do you spell? No. Let's do this.
So, what I was thinking, because I always thought that like first mate was second to the captain. Yeah. I found out that mates and officers are different, and I don't know if it's because this list is bringing in like more naval command than anything. But I was thinking of upping you guys. No one is a mate anymore. Everyone's going to be a specific officer. And Rack, you're going to be quartermaster. So you are second in command. Anytime I'm not here, it's Rack. Next will be the master gunner, which I think would be perfect for Corellian. You're going to be our eyes during a skirmish with the boats. And that will also help you stay on the boat. Because you need a command.
Well, the leaving wasn't the problem.
That's true. But I was thinking you're going to be the master gunner.
Okay.
Also, being on the other
that's-
boat didn't help either.
That's true.
He and one goblin, and then it's just on the other boat. I think it was him and like one goblin or two goblins, and then it was just two goblins, and it's like, hey, where's Corellian? It's like, he left. It's like, you didn't stop him? I'm sorry. Are you telling us that we were supposed to stop him? Fair point. Well, keep following us with the boat.
Nice.
I suppose.
Yeah. And Brian, are you here? Brian's not here. Brian's muted.
He's gonna get demoted too. You've got
I'm pretty
two
sure-
cabin boys.
Oh, I'm here. I was making witticisms the whole time. I was looking at the screen. Damn it! I do it every time.
Nice.
I was saying, could the rank of whatever Tom's thing be right above cabin boy?
You're advocating for Tom?
I'm saying his rank would just whatever the rank is, he just ends up being right above cabin boy. So he still gets his job, but
It sounds
I can't
worse.
believe that Rack got promotion. I thought Rack was Captain Boy.
The next one up after Cabin Boy is Powder Monkey.
He's Cabin Man.
Hold on. I'm sorry. We have to. Everyone has to stop, and TJ has to be able to say this because that might be the perfect one. I didn't get to hear it all the way. What was that?
Powder Monkey.
Yeah.
Powder Monkey
That's-
is the guy that puts the gunpowder.
Gunpowder.
Into so
Yep.
he doesn't even get to shoot it. He just has to go at the end and fill the cannon, and so he's the Powder Monkey. Remember, Drac, you advocated for this.
All right. Well,
Cabin Boy.
while we are doing this, I am gonna find some of the other stuff because the
Does anyone
actual
remember how to do
ranks.
ship combat?
What was that?
Does anyone remember how to do ship combat? 'Cause
No.
I sure as hell don't.
But don't worry, that is now on Corellian. Corellian is the master gunner. That is his responsibility, although
Sounds
we'll all be there.
for more than one reason. So,
Yes.
Well, just-
Sea of Thieves as well.
yes.
100%.
Sea of Thieves as only.
Yes.
That's mostly. Okay, so just as far as ranks in the
Crew.
yeah, I wanted to say something other than like admiralty. No, crew is the right one, I guess. We have captains. Well, obviously we have admiral, vice admiral, captains, and then I believe that below that was commanders. I'm trying to find some guys and make sure that it was this order: commander, lieutenant commander, and then lieutenants.
So I forgot about that, and I looked up this list. And it
No,
was
that's.
saying,
I like the idea of having both of these because that's your role on the ship.
okay,
Yeah, roll on the ship and roll in the fleet would be different, right?
that's cool.
Right. Fleet is the word I was looking for.
Nice.
Maybe. It's a good word that I could have used.
Kevin, just own it. It's the word you were looking for. You got it.
It's
I
alright.
didn't get
The
it.
reason why I know
I
that
mean,
is
Wolfgang
because
gets
one
credit
of these,
for it,
so-
but
So to get through all, so the thing that I see is like for this list was cabin boy being like the lowest. That is pretty much a servant, too young to serve. Powder monkeys, which are also usually younger to load the cannons. Then swabbies, who are sailors. So I don't know if because there's sailor like above swabbies. I don't really know if it says that they're trained sailors. I don't know. And then there's mates. There's a special mate that's a carpenter. Then of course out of all the mates there's the first mate who, if none of us are going to be first mate, I think we all know who that goes to. Peter Rufflekins. So he's first
I
mate.
mean,
Yeah, he's the hero.
And then we have all of us that are, well, you guys will be the officers of the ship, and these will be the roles. So in skirmishes, we have our master gunner, who will command the crew for everyone firing cannons. Our quartermaster, who's second in command to the captain, handles everything when the captain's not there. The sailing master, who will be Hal, but secretly it's still Corellian.
Yeah.
He's got two jobs, but Hal gets to be told he has one.
Yes, exactly. We tell him that he's the sailing master, and we tell everyone on the ship say that he's the sailing master. But if there's any like clothing that we have, Corellian has 2 marks, and Hal has none, and he just doesn't understand because he's always up in the crow's nest, and we all know that he's actually the captain boy.
He yells down just like orders, and then no one follows them.
Exactly. He's too far
And
away.
then
He only
every time he comes down to complain about it, everyone just goes like, yeah, it's really hard to hear you. And I think the crew's doing their best, but I don't know if that we got the best that Dark could have given us. But we'll work on it. But get back up there.
And the one person I haven't said yet, which I'm pretty sure is pretty much the same role that you've already had, is Drac. And I think we called it the same thing prior, but you're the bosun.
Okay. Can't even spell the word.
It is actually like boat swan, like with an I.
Right.
BOATSWAIN, and it's
That was Drac
bosun. And yeah, makes sense. And and pretty much you're the most junior officer, but you are in charge of all the mates and their duties. So you still get to whip
Jeez.
everybody
Oh, well,
exactly
that's
the way
good.
that you've been doing.
Well,
it.
Yeah.
Well, just-
I'll just ask Dad what to do all the time, and then I'll just like pretend it's my idea.
All right. You got it.
Me thought of this.
My full-time job as captain is telling the quartermaster to tell the bosun what to do. Yeah. So I was thinking that those would be.
It's called delegating.
And now back to wherever we are. Hal and Drac, if you guys can, practice your form of Halator, and then we close the door. And I'm like, okay, now that it's just Drac and Corellian and myself, we have to figure out how big our fleet actually is, our standing in the world currently. Like, are we kind of like? Does our flag kind of implement fear, like not just our ships, but like
It is a BDSM
Noven.
rubber ducky.
How famous is Noven for these different kingdoms, and then what kingdoms have we engaged, and then there's many more questions to follow up that I should probably note down. So I have a couple.
Who are you and what have you done with my captain?
But I've been captaining way too soft lately, and it's time to captain hard again. And so I've been thinking, since we went through that wormhole or whatever that undead did to us, I also think that we've been talking about taking over this town. And I think that is a good idea, but I think it should be a thought-out idea, because if we take over a town, we gain notoriety from whatever kingdom, whether this is a small settlement, if this is independent, if it has ties to a bigger one. How that it's okay if it fucks us over, because it's the actions, it's the consequences of our own actions.
I mean,
if
you also
well,
have to
well.
think the vice admiral puts us on specific mission because our crew in itself is relatively unknown. So do we want to
Here's a
risk
captain.
losing that?
Here's a captain you might be familiar with. I forget why I'm here. I don't remember
Okay,
what
I
the
will,
Vice Admiral said.
While we are talking about this, I love it. We can continue. I'm just going to move us on the map.
I know we.
But I love this conversation. We should continue this.
So
100%.
for this town, it's like, what are we planning on just having taxes, or are we planning on like through it in order to
Very much
or
so if we want to take over per se, do we want to take over with force or do we want to be political with it?
the thing about being afraid, a group, fear is a great way. Thing is, in the long run, it doesn't work out so well if you take it over by force initially. If we politicalize it initially and then control by force, that would probably be better.
Could be.
I mean, we can always start sowing doubts of the leadership pretty easily. So some room.
We could, have them announce some kind of independence from wherever they are, so they don't get aid, and then we take it over. So that way,
if we're dealing with the mayor, we don't know much about the country that we're in right now. Like, is this a feudal type system? Like, does the mayor pay taxes to a lord? Would it make more sense to go after the lord and then by that take over said town?
Now, quick question, and hear me out on this. If disguise self and disguise yourselves as like the mayor and his entourage, and commit a crime, and then, you know,
I'm back. Let's disguise self. Sorry, continue. I like it. I do like the idea. I'm not trying to discourage it. I just really like the fact that Corellian has been gone to most of us here for like 3 years. And it's just like, well, I'm back. Time to use disguise self. So, sorry, continue.
Very just move.
In order to give it almost like a kill type of thing, where you're showing off one thing and then really you're using tactics to get ahead, and then you show yourselves as the safe, and then you go and take out the evil, quote unquote, even though you've done the evil yourself. So.
And instead of using fashion, we use...
No, oh wait, actually, I like the idea of fashion.
Yes. We will
Well, I mean, that's what Kill la Kill is. It's a statement to the fashion world, really. When you look over the skimpy fucking clothing, and fan service.
But yeah, so that was my thought. It's just like,
So the whole show.
being political and being we're taking over by force by being saviors, and we'll gain the populace's trust in that manner, and that would be easier to, you know, do our thing. But I digress.
Yeah, we can see what kind of approach we should take the more information we get about this town. And then the main mission the Admiral brought us here for, the Vice Admiral. What was that again? I remember we were following cards at one point, but because it's been so long, it's been foggy for me.
I don't recall, because that is, you know, a lot in between.
I remember
I know
we
we're
were
pretty much at
we
war
were-
with mind
It was
players.
something about the cards.
That I still remember too.
The
And
heart.
that's why I wasn't sure if we were on a mission from the Vice Admiral, because I know we had downtime, and I didn't know if this was part of the downtime still, or if we were going to meet up with him after and then get the official mission. It's kind of rocky. So yeah, Kevin, you could say anything, and I think that no matter what you say happens, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Almighty God, tell us what we're supposed to do.
Guru from the.
Almighty door.
Yeah, you could say, yeah, this was all your guys doing. And we're like, okay, that makes sense. And then you're just like,
Right.
I was gonna wait for like 15 minutes as just Eric and Wolfgang just kept continuing with Almighty insert noun here. So.
well.
It's always going to be there.
Right.
now, so.
We have our
All right,
captain-
good.
I mean, our sailing master.
We have established ship rules and
Yes.
Okay.
kind of a hierarchy on that.
Yes.
In addition to the ranks that you guys are familiar with from the fleet. TJ
So-
had this idea, and it's like, oh, I like this. So,
So, I'm captain. And then our second in command is our quartermaster, who is Rack. And then we have our master gunner, who is Corellian. We have our sailing master, who is Hal. And then we have our bosun, who I think we should just call boatmaster, for Drac. And Drac will just he is making sure that everyone keeps up on their duties. All the mates. Our first mate is Peter
Lots of whipping.
Rumpkins. He's going to be our
whipping.
insider. Yes, lots of whipping.
The morale.
Some would say too much whipping, but then some of the goblins seem to enjoy it. So
Yeah, they like it
Um,
eventually. Like, oh, Drac, I'm sorry, I'm not doing my duty.
Just
Yeah.
Got a,
mopping
Hope I
with
don't
the
get
whipped.
mopping with the stick end.
Yeah.
Oh, I just don't get it. Oops, it's slippery.
Driving it into the wood, making Mars along the wood. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All of the goblins are now Big Gob Al.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I forgot how to mop. Jesus Christ.
I need someone to give me a lesson like now.
And
Okay, we're changing Drac's
Oh,
role.
that was too good, Tom.
it's too good.
Yeah, then after a while, Drac's like, you know, I want another job. I need another job. I can't do this job anymore.
Hal keeps begging to be with.
Also,
him.
Hal and Greg are
When they like it, it's too
currently figuring out Halator now that Hal is in the dwarf body while we're discussing other things.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like that. Their priority is definitely
feel like we
that.
should come up
I'm
Absolutely.
just letting
some kind
letting
of
Tom
signature
know.
move, Tom, where like I just swing you like a weapon since you're so small, but you have your knives out and you just like stab at people as I swing you around.
Our whirlwind attack is just you spinning in circles with knives out. I like it.
In with you, and you're
Yeah.
holding the ultra stabby knife as I'm spinning.
All right. If that's gonna happen, you guys would have reach.
Nice.
Love it.
You should tie the end of your whip just around Hal, and then we give Hal spike armor, and just swing him like that. So any part that isn't his knife.
I just sent a gift.
I'm not gonna
like
lie.
how he
I
made
have,
it like a
It look
helmet.
like
I have literally created this character before, and I love it. I love it so much.
And then, so those were the ranks that I was thinking. So that's kind of what we do when we're walking to town, and then we'll let the rest of the crew know whenever we get back to the boat. We should probably check in with them as well.
The
make sure
crew?
everything's okay there.
You guys have been gone for 3 years. Carl's had a child with the mermaid.
He's
But it
had a
wasn't
It was
a
kind of
mermaid,
weird.
so we threw
It was
over.
kind of weird, but a little beautiful, but mostly weird.
He named it Drac. That's what made it weirder.
So we threw it overboard.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Immediately that thing got thrown overboard.
Right.
in true pirate fashion.
And then we had a couple
the hell
things
is
of
this?
just reassessing.
We call it Paul.
It's just Carl with horns, and a mermaid thing.
Yeah.
So we were trying to figure out again our original draw to this town, whether that was the vice admiral or we were still on some kind of downtime.
Oh, we just got sent here or something, and we're like,
I
let's
thought
just
so
check out
too.
the town.
I
the
don't
last
remember
thing.
if we were
The
following
last thing I
cars.
remember that had anything to do with the fleet
He was running
we
for
met
the door.
We met the admiral himself.
Wait,
while
hold
fighting
on,
that
hold on,
fucking-
hold on, hold on. Wait, before you say anything else, Kevin, did you just make an Eagles reference musically?
Not musically, but I mean,
Like-
also not
I'm
Birdly.
sorry, I'm just shocked. Kevin just quoted 70s rock. I'm blown away right now. I don't even know what to say.
Tom, you gotta unblow yourself. We have a game to play.
Oh, you just have to show me how to mop, though. I can't.
That's right.
Dead the fuck, bro.
Depending on how this interaction goes, there's gonna be potential for some psychic damage for
Yeah.
Drac going forward.
Harbor, because you guys are gonna go back down to Swabbies. It's just,
Oh, don't
Yeah.
swab my deck.
oh geez.
Anything but
I will remove half my health. That's so much size.
But you take how much more rage do you take on?
I'm always in range.
He's rage incarnate.
That's my secret,
level
crew.
You all think
Anyway,
so angry.
The
the
goblins are
last
like, you look so
time
cute when
we-
you're mad.
Quartermaster, Brett.
All right.
The last time we had anything to do with the fleet, we actually met Noven himself.
Yes.
When we fought the fucking psychic squid man.
Yes. We're kind of in just at war with mind flayers as well. And we all have the intelligence to combat that for sure.
Oh yeah, totally.
And I know that we talked with Bicep. We had downtime before. I couldn't remember if this is part of it.
Okay. So you guys had X amount of time for downtime. You had asked about places for certain things. I forget what you guys were looking for, but you ended up with 2 names of 2 villages. One was like an upper place, and one was kind of a not as good place. This was the not as good place, Porthoi. The other one was... Ooh, let's see. Was it this one? No. Oh, it must be on... It might be on the world map that I've got. We've got Porthoi and Nuthar.
Oh, I remember that name.
And
Nuthar.
You guys went to Nuthar, I want to say. Let's check here. Nuthar.
Was Nuthar where we saw the wrestling match, and that's how we now have a wrestling rivalry?
I think so.
Right. Drax gonna go back for his title shot.
This is Nuthar. You guys tell me.
Right.
It looks like we have been here.
Fun fact, everybody. I am voice only tonight. I have no way of seeing the screens, so apologies, but that's all I've got.
That's so fun.
Al was here, and the cheese shop is burnt to the ground.
Definitely been there then.
Right, perfect.
The cheese shop was Bernard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's trying. He wasn't
Or
here.
was it?
He wants to be involved with the Bernard thing.
Nuthar.
I'm pretty sure we had a
It's fine.
month.
It's fine, Corellian. I'll take you to Bernard. Only my monkey face is wanted.
Whatever's left.
We had like 2 weeks to a month before we needed to report back in, I'm pretty sure. So that we had time to sail to these places and check them out.
So let's get you guys. God, I so prefer how this is set up. You guys traveled.
This is a new map.
Oh, see this one.
Have we?
Yeah, because this is. Yeah.
It's been 3 years.
It's been a minute.
Do I know?
It's been a minute. It's cool.
What the fuck do I know?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 24 weeks. I want to say, let's say you had like 6 months. Because then you would have to get back. So that way, it was... Because you definitely had enough time to do this.
Yes.
also, just a quick question. Are we in the town where Hal has to pay off his debt? That girl with the knives that he made a bet with?
No.
No,
But that
I
was...
think
No, that. I think that's in Nuthar, wasn't it?
But does Hal even get now? Because this is new Hal.
Yeah, was
That's
she
old Hal.
recognized?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure that they know.
Wait, no, I was just going to say, she just needs to be around New Hal. It should be like, that's the guy. That's definitely the guy.
You look completely different though. So they
Yeah, but that's the only
just
thing
because
that's
he
different.
looks different doesn't mean anything else has changed.
Tom, do you remember where you ran into her?
I thought I met her at the pirates the last pirates refuge we were in. I was trying to get information out, and I thought she was like, I can give you information, but we've got to like bet on it or whatever the case was.
Nah, you definitely were trying to steal her knife. That's
Oh no, I wanted to do that too.
That was the bet.
That sounds right. That sounds right. But as far as location, though, I thought that was in like a pirate play.
BRB fellers.
Okay, that was broken up, but I will give you guys the information like when you're getting it right and everything that I remember. Yes, you had run into her and made a bet with her about the knives. Excuse me, at the pirate refuge, hideout, whatever you want to call it. So
okay, cool.
That is where that had happened. The reason that you probably thought about that, Wolfgang, is because one of the last times that we were here in that on that map itself, there was I had pulled her over because there was a question about her. So I blew her up so that everyone could see and be reminded. And then you see the picture of her with the knives.
I don't think that's why I brought it up. I just remember that was one of the things that we were going to try and do during our time off. But I could be wrong. I remember escorting the nobles, fighting the mind flayer, we were trying to go to a place. Hal was really insistent on one place because that's where he had to go and pay off the debt. I don't know if he did that already.
I don't think so, not yet. Wasn't that?
I don't think so. Like, I mean, I may have been insistent on paying off the debt just because I didn't want anything over my head, but I don't remember doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was. I think I'm pretty sure there was something.
I think I asked her a question, and she said she gave me like a cryptic answer, and it was potential like further information about it or something was at one of these ports, and that's why I was so sort of giddy to do it.
I just remember at some point Kevin going off and being like, you think you're getting these knives, but you're not getting these knives for doing this. This is because you lost the bet. Because at one point you thought you were getting the knives.
I think I paid her back though. Maybe I paid her back, but she said I had to do something else. Like there was another component of losing.
You lost the bet, so you were gonna have to go and do her a favor.
That's what it was.
Then, and her side was if she had lost, you would get the knives.
Yep. And so her favor was at one of these places, right?
Yes, but I don't remember what it is.
Oh my God! Do you know what it is? Remember the very nice elf girl that I brought to dinner that night? I have to assassinate her.
Well, Kevin, the beauty of being DM is you can make it up as you go.
Oh, no! I already know certain things about stuff. But so yeah, what else do we have?
This is like trying to re-piece together the campaign after the long break is like trying to talk about what happened during a blackout drunk session with your friends. It's like I think this happened. I know this definitely happened.
there's definitely
great.
as things get brought up, it's like, oh, yes, I remember now. It's like, hey, there's this thing. I don't know what this happened and this happened. I remember everything now. Yes.
Yeah.
Harbor, was there something that you were after? Like I know we were trying to find a very specific cow lover for a very specific person, because that was something that they were trying to find, but that turned into like a wrestling vendetta. I know Hal had to like pay off a debt, so he had to go do a thing.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure Wolfgang was still trying to find a way to save Omrar in some way, shape, or form.
That's my quest, man.
Yeah,
that's the main storyline quest for Rack.
like
These
Corellian
you're talking about
was
like
dead.
side quests for people.
Well, no, but I was going to say like Harbor
on people that worship a giant monkey, but
Harbor's quest is probably what the actual main quest is, but everyone's like, I got shit to do, and so we probably weren't paying attention to it. But that's why I said, like, what was Harbor's thing?
This is still our downtime, so we're still waiting to get official
To get
commands
main
from the
quests.
Vice
Okay.
well,
Admiral.
this is the time to do side quests.
Yes, this is the time to do them. I know that we
Sorry, I'm back.
have
Boyle.
something to do with the
We're all sorry you're back.
Marissa. Is that the mermaid?
That's the mermaid. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Marissa's the mermaid.
When we essentially, gave her to Drac as a pet, she asked us to take her to her kingdom.
Yes.
I tried to be like, there might be loot in this, and you were like, we're evil, I don't want to. And that's how Marissa came on board.
Yes.
She became a part of our family.
Right. Exactly.
Whether she wanted to or not.
Right.
And she fell in love, so it's okay.
Right. And eventually,
All things happened as they were supposed to.
You're welcome.
This is what was meant to be. Right.
now she doesn't.
God, I feel like such a benevolent slave owner.
Now she doesn't want to go
feel
back.
I feel like,
and we're
I
like,
feel
hey,
like
delete it.
it's
Just
like
delete it.
it's
Get it
like
out.
a Red Pirate Robinson type of deal. It's like, yeah, you're our slave. Not really. You're pretty much part of the crew by now, but you're a slave.
yeah.
We'll kill
Almost
you
like the
one
kill
day.
you in the morning.
Yeah, slavery's
and
easy.
now that you got used to it, here, now we're sending you back.
Wait a minute. This is
Get
reminding me.
used to it.
Didn't we also want to take on the side quest of getting her a better container than an old pickle barrel or whatever we had her in? Like, wasn't
Pickle
that
barrel's
something we
fine.
thought was a good idea?
And give her more interaction with her.
No. I read
Right.
up on taking care of mermaid. The pickle barrel is the perfect place. They're happy to be in.
You
They
don't.
love pickle barrels.
So
like
here's
the bride.
the thing. You can't have you can't have it be too big, because then they'll kind of get lost. That I've heard about this with mermaids.
Yeah.
You can't have them in too
Brother?
big of a container.
Brother,
Oh.
I'm pulling rank. We're getting her something better than a pickle barrel. It's
Pulling
coming out of
rank.
your pay.
An orange barrel?
So we have a lot of things set out,
You spoil her.
and the one thing that we were talking about here,
Yeah, if you spoil her,
objective
she's never
side-
going to do what we say.
the objective at
We still have to
hand
meet the mayor because we
was-
did the thing for him.
Oh, hold on. Let the captain.
yeah, we were
I
heading there.
can't believe I'm saying this, but let the captain finish.
What is happening to everyone?
Are you Hal? Are you actually an imposter?
I'm sorry,
Harbor
I
isn't
can't
Harbor.
figure it out.
Hal isn't
I've been
Hal.
I've been a dad and helping people all day.
Corellian isn't Zor.
So the objective at hand was trying to figure out if it is even in our grasp to take over this town. Like, we can definitely do it, but there will be many consequences for it. So, as much as I want to say, like, hey, let's just do that,
I think if worst comes to worst, we could always just leave.
we can. We can do
Start a
that.
big fire and leave.
We have done that
You know.
in other places.
Exit.
We have done that in other places, and so there are a couple big questions: is how much notoriety does Noven's crew currently have? Are they just outlaws in general? We also told them about the cheese shop, right? Did we do that? I don't know if we reported all the details. I think there is wanted signs, and I think they're okay with us being wanted. I think they kind of
they said it was okay to be pirates. Yes, it was just that they didn't want to attract like undue attention from people.
We were fresh and kind of new.
Mhm.
That was a plus for us because we weren't wanted, but we got wanted in one place. So
my thing here at this current place is either I'm trying to figure out the scale of what I know what we can try to do, but I don't want it to be so much blowback that we have a whole kingdom coming after the whole fleet. So I don't want to put that in one. But
so
at the same time, so where our current scale is some robbery here, or we go up to like actually taking this port for our own, being like the highest thing that we can think of at the moment.
So I think Hal would like to say that he's not inclined to take over this port, and I don't know why I'm doing this, but like it's always left a real bad taste in my mouth since I died and came back as a dwarf that Hal can't go back and try to like create a liaison with that random elf woman that like he had like a nice date with. Like he really wants to do that at some point, and I just feel like if we take over the town, I'm making that never a thing that happens again. So Hal is not inclined to do that.
I'm very confused.
It's a good thing Hal's not in charge.
I'm very confused that you're not pissing me off, and that's pissing me off. So
I'm doing it. Oh
my god! It's this aura better not go away.
Stop making me mad. I feel like it's a really an interesting character foil for Hal to be such like a lunatic as he is, and for some reason, for no reason actually, this random person is like a grounding influence for him. And I just feel like it. First of all, it gives Kevin way too much power, because if Kevin does anything to this random NPC we may never see again, Hal is immediately like, I gotta go take care of this. But at the same rate, it makes Hal not want to turn. This is Porthoy, right? It's Porthoy. Does not want to turn Porthoy into like us making it a dominion. I'm totally cool with robbing and maybe killing the mayor and be like, fucking bitch, why'd you send us to that house? Like totally fine with that. But I don't want to be like the dominant force in this town. That's my 2 cents. But
he is a loose end, because I'm pretty sure you need to pay back the debt for bringing you back. But if you kill him, then
Oh, I mean,
debt
I'll happily like go to give him a bag of money and stab him while I do it.
Yeah. All right, so just to clarify, you wouldn't want to have like protection over this town?
I think that if our name is on this town, it is a target, which means the people in this town are targets. That's why.
Okay. I just wanted to catch that logic. I'm cool with that.
That's his thinking.
It could also be the other way, where it's like our name is on this. It's safe under our name. If you do anything to this,
I just feel like.
But I'm okay.
It's a devil's bargain. Yeah, it's a devil's bargain either way, in the sense that like, if we're so well known, people are like, oh shit, don't go there, for sure. But if we're at war with another like rival pirate faction that probably has runners as powerful as us, like a game where you challenge players by giving them challenges of their same level. I just feel like that just puts a big target on people that we may have some connection with.
So I guess my question.
Hear you, but also we're evil. Why do we care?
Yeah.
Well,
exactly. That's the other point, right? Like,
I guess the other thing, I'm sorry but just in Tom's thing, like, why do you guys care about each other? These certain things are the things that still motivate your character. It's not like, oh, anything can happen. I mean, if something came and killed Rack would go ballistic on it. And while there is a sense, see, everyone, there may be a sense of relief in the back of in Rack's brain, but he's still gonna just lose it. And
Listen,
I think
I believe I've explained this and proved it with the whole Maury situation. It's like, I'll pick on my brother. I'll fuck with my brother's head. But only I'm allowed to do that because that's my brother.
Right.
Right. So, and I think that Tom, or Hal, in this case specifically, has found something like that here for reason X, Y, or Z. And I'm wondering if you guys, right, with Hal, you can never tell. But I'm wondering if you guys want to start looking into maybe creating that sort of force to be able to not only put your name on it, but put your name on it and have something that backs that up. Maybe around.
Maybe I could make a suggestion that for now would be a way to cover this. So if we go and kill the mayor so that we don't have a loose end, and again, totally on board with this, but we install somebody in the slot that makes sure that this is a safe haven for us, but it doesn't advertise that it's a safe haven for us. We now always have a port in the storm. We have a place that we can go that we can just disappear. And it's not part of the regular pirate group, and it's not part of anything else that anyone's aware of except for this one person. And if ever somebody knows that this is our location that we go to, we know who our leak is.
What if we this is Brian, not Drac.
So like,
Drac would never say
that is probably on a tactics based thing. If like the dumbest thing we could ever do.
So fuck you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what if we like make the mayor?
I thought that was a good plan, but apparently not. So, okay.
What if we make the mayor like our puppet? That way,
I award you no points.
That's literally what I was meaning.
But we own it, yeah.
Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Tom, your idea was dumb. I know. I heard it the first time.
Why would we keep a safe haven that even our fleet doesn't know about?
Because if we ever fuck with the fleet...
No, Tom, let me fucking finish.
I can't, I'm sorry.
Like, Jesus fucking Christ, shut your fucking mouth for once.
We're back, baby! Go on.
Alright.
Because if we have something like that, and the fleet does find out, they might consider it an act of rebellion, and then we have to deal with an entire fucking fleet.
We can.
That's why it's stupid.
We can keep it. We can either keep it hidden for us, but we can also report it and let them know, and then it's a hideout for our fleet.
Yeah, a hideout for everybody.
Rather than just for us.
What Tom was saying was that we keep it for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean that's also
and going about it in the. I don't think that killing and replacing the mayor is the smartest tactic.
Yeah, I don't know if we need to go that high.
Yeah, so listen. So listen, maybe we don't kill the mayor. I'm just saying, like, we had already described him as a loose end. That's why I said that. But the idea of having, like, our own bat cave that people don't know about, I don't
remember saying that it was a loose end. He revived you, and to pay off that debt, we've taken care of the haunting, the fucking house. And we have to report that back. That's not a loose end. That's repaying a debt.
So if that's the premise, then I'm not opposed to it. But when we first started talking about this, somebody said the mayor's a potential loose end, and that's why I was like, I have no problem killing the mayor. Like, okay, and then we just put somebody we like in charge. I mean, we could make the fucking cook we rescued from the burning building the new mayor.
Carl. Oh, Carl.
No, not Carl. The Tabaxi.
Oh, let's make Carl the mayor. We trust him.
Actually, that's not bad. But then we don't have a cook. We could take the Tabaxi and leave Carl here.
I don't know. Have you had his cooking?
Well, it was a fancy restaurant, so I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm gonna guess he makes better pancakes.
Can't
than
believe
Carl.
you'd betray
So-
Carl like that.
I'm not betraying. I'm giving Carl a place to
Carl's
raise
gonna
his
be.
weird
He can
kids.
take the mermaid with him. He can give her the biggest fish pickle barrel in
Exactly.
town.
The mermaid could live in the harbor. They could raise their kids together, make a mermaid school. It's great. It's great.
You're a
It's so
piece of
funny.
shit. I can't believe you'd betray Carl like that.
I'm pretty sure I'm not, but okay.
Together with Carl. Fucking piece of shit.
We grabbed Carl and said you could stay here and die or come with us, and he was like, "I guess I'll come with you." And then he's been trapped on a ship since.
Not how
So
that happened.
and
I'm
the
pretty
house,
sure.
the house that we were at is kind of semi-removed from this place. Is that right? It's like a little walk away.
Yes, that's
It's
this
not that-
area up here.
Okay.
And then,
Oh, okay.
but then you had to walk through that stone area. That's where you had the goblin killing competition, and then you got there eventually. And then on the way back, you ran into some owl bears, and then you kind of made your way eventually to back to town.
Understood. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then the mayor's house, I'm guessing, is the big one up at the top there to the north.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thought so. Okay. So, I think it would be good to have some sort of outpost. And then Corellian had a good idea that even if we don't do like a full assault, Corellian said that we could just start to sow rumors and everything like that to get people to rebel. To just have some general turmoil here. I think that just having some of that, whether we come up with like a small gang or anything like that, like we don't need to take out the mayor. We haven't even. We don't even know what
I think
he's
we
going
should
to
just
say.
intimidate the mayor and just make him our
No.
puppet, or put Carl in.
See, and that's why brother. That's why we don't ask you for advice on these things, because the thing that we're trying to avoid is control through fear, because that always ends badly.
I like it.
I know you do.
Or Carl, you know? Then it's not fear. Then Carl loves us.
But
The initial force and fear is what the problem is. And
yeah,
populace that they can do the same, versus to something where you become the savior. Or
Are we pirates? Are we good guys?
It's
Are we
like-
bad guys? We're not
it's like-
saviors. We're the baddies.
yeah, but okay, we're baddies, but are we baddies that just go around pillaging and being wanted and having kingdoms chase us?
Historically,
Or
Historic.
I was going to say, have you met Matt at any point?
are we going
no. The
to
first thing. There's no second thing. It's the first thing.
So Drac, that is historically what we've been, but the reason why I had you and Hal go outside originally was to get Rack to explain some of this higher, like a higher form of taking this place, more covert.
It's more beneficial for us to do things politically and in the shadows, because we're not always going to be here. If we do it by fear and we leave and we come back, what's going to happen?
Listen,
then,
I can quite easily turn invisible and then grab a needle and force air into the mayor's lungs, and then he will aspirate and die. And oh my god, he had a heart attack. And that's not fear, that's just a heart attack.
And this isn't a rich town.
And this
'cause we
is
can
why the adults are talking and the children are out completing their Halakar form.
True. I did start with that. We were bringing Tom in, so yes.
That is canon. That
They,
is canon.
we let them outside, and then they busted through in the middle of this meeting and then just went, here's some ideas that we talked about.
I prefer to think there's like two like windows that swing inwards, and you just see a minotaur and a dwarf's face, but you only see the top of the dwarf's face because you can't see, and he's just like, I got ideas, I know how to kill him there.
Yeah,
no one will know.
Dragged her back in, and they want to make an album called Planet Piss. I get that, but
it all checks out.
Yes, but the rest of the Brendan Small places are disgusting.
Now, like what you guys are saying, like burning and pillaging, I'm all for that, but like this time around, I do not think that it is the smartest route.
We don't have to burn anyone. It's just the mayor. He's the one who has to be burned.
And to satisfy the burning and pillaging, even though the other place is way more fortified, and I don't know how much we could actually get away with, but that place is way more well off to have kind of an assault there.
It would be a lot harder to try and take over the better port than it would be.
I'm not talking about taking over there. I'm saying that that's more of a place that, because it's nicer, at one point.
Oh my God.
We could
just tell Hal.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to turn it into another Bernard. Let's do it.
Our loot would be better stealing from that rich port than this port right here. This port could be more of a long haul thing where we can actually
burn some stuff and say, look what the mayor can't protect you from. Carl can protect you.
And then they're like, wait, but you're doing it. Yes.
Here's
and it will continue.
It's better to develop a place like this under our control and, have the people trust us than...
So I just want to say two things. One, I agree with you 100%. Like, I think that we got disparity at some point because, again, Hal literally doesn't want to destroy this place. I was just thinking that if we had a way to know that this place was always safe, and the may or may not be that. That's what I was saying with that. And then, and the other point, may or not. But the other point that I just want to say is, like, again, I know this is long game right now, but do you think we're always going to be part of like Noven stuff and things? Because I fully expect at some point we're going to raise to a level where we're like, fuck it, why do we need to be part of this? We're our own shit right now. And that's another reason why I just think having a place that we know we're safe at for now is important.
Maybe. That is potential.
I just wonder if you guys are at that point. Do you really need to have a little hideout like this? If you're at the point where you're stepping up to what you saw Noven being able to do.
Right. But the point is that if we take this place over and we help with its development, we do decide to, rise up with the development that we've done, it will, it won't be like this.
So I think I hear what you're saying, and my point is that I think maybe I'm thinking like granular steps to get there. The first thing we need to know is that whatever the sort of authority figure in this town is okay with us, and if we ever need a shelter for some reason, this could be it. The second part is that, like, if that's okay, then maybe we start looking at like, moving resources into this town to start building it up in its own way, and then we're kind of like
what I just said.
All right. Again, so again, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think that what my statements so far have been in lockstep. We're just not saying them in a way that we're both seeing. I think that we're both making the same points.
Yeah. So, what I'm thinking is we need more information. We need to talk to the mayor first. If we still want to take him out before we go, we can.
Yeah.
And then whatever we decide for the future of this, we can come back to. I think Corellian's plan was probably the best as a starting point, which is sowing rumors. So I think having just a little bit of rebellion here, so the next time we come back, people might look to us to, get rid of the tyrant. If we pose the mayor as that way, because it can take some time. So we don't need to do all of this now.
Or even what if we sow rumors that like what's the name of the other port, the richier one?
Nuthar?
Nuthar. That like Nuthar is like stealing money from Porthoi in some way, right? Like
it is
like get them negative versus this other place.
We don't know about the different nations. I don't know the relationship between that nation. If we go back to the nation map, we know that they're in two different nations as well. And I mean, we can do that. You can say whatever you want with your rumors, but I'm thinking
we need more information.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just saying we need more information because, again, we don't know if the mayor mayor has been placed by a noble or lord of the land. We don't know because that's a whole other issue that we'd have to deal with.
The mayor has been placed by a goblin who's learned to mop properly.
Yeah.
Tom, shut the fuck up.
No, because that was funny and you know it.
It wasn't.
I'm thinking we talk to the mayor before we leave. What I'd like is to try to get some crew members, but we're going to keep those crew members here. And then we'll put on a display of our power, much like Noven did for us. And we'll just get some people that are contacts. So next time that we come back, maybe this group has expanded. They have their own leader, but then they know that we're really strong. Because we're thinking
we already have an in with the dwarves, right? Because of what we do to because of what you guys did to the elves. You guys like burnt down their shop or something?
That was in a different location, right? What about?
I thought that was here.
Oh, the bar with the demon that was released.
Yeah. So we've already
no, that was here
with the doors.
Right, there was that.
So we can start there.
We can start there. We have a dwarf to talk to our dwarves. So yeah.
Talking about Gilmar, right?
Yes.
No, obviously. He is a way better person to be a dwarf than Hal is right now.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. And we have some other contacts here as well. Maybe ones that are angry at what happened, and then we can already pose as saviors there or something. I don't know. But
I mean, like, literally all we have to do is spread a rumor that it was actually the mayor that ordered the attack on the Elves Bar.
Excellent. It's perfect. So now I think that's something that we can all agree on. We can see the results of that, and we don't need to do anything right now unless anyone wants to, break into a house and steal some things. We can do that as whoever's talking to the mayor can go talk to him.
I mean, can we just go to the mayor? We've been here for over an hour discussing this.
Yeah.
I want to get the mayor done and over with.
Yeah.
And then we can start our plan.
I agree.
So you're saying we're killing him. Done and over with. Hal's got his knife ready.
I still think that all of this is pretty essential. So I think it was, even though we spent an hour
this
doing
was definitely essential. I just kind of feel like at this point we're just repeating the same things.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to wrap it. And then if there's anything extra that happens besides just talking to the mayor, someone wants to steal things, you're a pirate, go for it. Let's try not to come up with too big of an incident, to fall back. Let's try not to get wanted.
Harbor, stop. Just stop right now. All you're doing is inviting a big incident. Just stop.
All right, Hal, you stay in the woods.
You can be a wood dwarf.
we need to see how we feel about the mayor, and then go from there. And then we should also, regardless, probably spread rumors about him, just so we can figure out something in the future.
All right. So who is going where?
We're all going to the mayor, right? I think that was the plan.
Yep.
And then we'll decide something after. We'll see what the mayor does or says or whatever.
Okay. So everyone starts moving up out of the woods. And everyone give me a perception check.
Da da da.
This one? This one? Shit.
25.
Oh, shit.
Well done, Rack. You see all.
Rolled a 19.
Alright, so the only one we're waiting for is Hal, but
Hal
of
rolled a 7 on the dice, but I think it's a plus 12, so it's a 19.
Oh, dude. There's...
plus 12, let's see. It is not a plus 12.
I think I found a way to add rage to all my rolls.
It's plus... it's a plus 8, but that's a 15, which is still enough.
I don't mean to sidetrack, but on Beyond 20, I clicked on it because my roll didn't come over, and then there's an option at the very end that says Barbarian Rage, you are raging. and I can activate it, so I think that then it would come over to...
Wait, where is this?
In Beyond 20. When I'm on my page, and then I go to Beyond 20, because my roll didn't come over. I got a 16.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm just curious. I'm trying to figure out how you did that, because that's cool.
I just clicked on the extension, because my roll, even though it came over now, I see it. It didn't do it originally. So I went back to my character sheet, clicked on Beyond 20, and then there's an option in there that says I'm hitting with my Great Weapon Master feat, apply, and then it says I'm raging as well. And I can knock those. There's an option there. Because I was looking at, I never looked at that. I only looked at the character sheet and Roll 20, but apparently on the extension itself. Anyway. What do we see?
I'm not seeing it, but okay. Yes, you guys are very. Some of you are very aware that as people start to look on your group, they run or hide, and some make it kind of not as hidden. Some of it kind of just some just turn and run away, screaming.
When we come into town?
Good start.
Yes.
Well,
Drag's gonna ask Hal, is there something in my teeth? Do I smell bad? Smell worse than usual? Hal, can you look? Because I did eat. I don't know, actually.
I was like,
ate anyone.
I was like, looks. He was like, no, I think we're good.
Okay, good. I'm glad it's not me.
This might be different than we expected, but let's go.
This might be trickier
we
than we thought.
might not even have to worry about any other options. We kind of have the fear thing down. I think we did it. We did it without even trying.
Oh, damn it, we told Kevin our plan, and he just went, and the fear thing is with the way that you don't want to go. That's the way it is.
To be fair, we all just came back from hell fairly unscathed, so that must still be some residue, just saying.
Well,
hell residue.
I mean, not everyone, no, you guys have all been to hell. Actually, was Corellian there for that?
I'm sorry.
Or was
no, he was.
Or was Zor?
No, I'm just saying, hell part deux.
who's Zor? I only know Peter Rufflekins and Peter 2.
That's not untrue. So
Whatever happened to that Peter 2 guy? Oh well.
We'll never know.
I think he swam away. I think I remember seeing him swimming away, and he just never came back. He's a strong swimmer. He might even be here by now.
Wasn't there an episode where he just walked off into the sunset?
You know, I think
I
you're
don't
right.
know. That's the guest. Apparently, he was just a guest episode character. So you guys continue up to the mayor's?
Yes, we do.
Yes,
Okay. All right, head up that way. Getting the same reaction the whole time anyone notices people in the group. Actually, you know what?
That we wanted to go to that we won't have to wait in line for now.
Well, you didn't see any shops along the way, but
Yeah, is everyone just boarding up the windows as we walk by too?
Corellian and Rack, you guys got a 21 and a 25. As you are walking, you specifically notice that the eyes might be on you guys.
On me and Corellian?
Yes.
Sword with my arms, so I mean, I do look a little funny.
Interesting. Alright. That's fine. It's because we're half elves. Fucking racist piece of shit.
Yeah, that happens.
So as you get to you walk up to the mayor's. Let's get you guys. These ones over here. Move them over here. I mean, put them on that layer. Paste. Now we can move you guys. Can we move you guys yet? Okay, we can. Shit, that's not what I wanted to do. So yes, you guys have dealt with people yelling and screaming. I don't have place door. Man, I wish this had been around back when I was actually doing this and setting it all up.
Kevin,
Yes.
may I do an Arcana check to see if a spell was cast on people?
Yes. And you are trying to figure out if a spell was cast on people that...
like fear or something.
Yeah, it's causing a reaction.
Okay. Sure.
Did that Arcana check as well?
Sure.
I rolled a 2. Thank God for Brilliant.
I told you I missed you.
The digital dice literally just dropped down. It didn't even roll. It was bullshit, but
I hate those where it's just like,
yeah.
that wasn't even a roll, even though it's like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just doing what I do. But yeah, some of the times it's just like, come on, what was that? But you don't feel that there's an Arcana thing. Actually, give me a... I feel like it might be also a perception check. It is. So just you two give me a perception check. Okay.
I got a 12.
Yeah. Corellian, you notice that everyone that you have seen is in no way an elf.
Oh. Fucking racists. You know what, Rack? When you're right, you're right. And you were right.
Well, where you got a crit, I'll tell you this. It's that you just haven't seen any elves at all.
Uh-oh.
Are you fucking serious, Kevin? You're already fucking with Hal? That's what you're doing right now?
What is this? What? How is this Hal?
The woman in the haberdashery was an elf. 100%.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like, all of a sudden you're like, there's no
That's
elf.
so great.
I literally just said, I'm trying to establish a fucking counterpoint for Hal's ridiculousness.
Hold on.
And you're like, yeah, there's no
Hold
fucking elves.
Wait. Let me check on this.
Does
Hey!
does Corellian...
I can't see it, but I know she was an elf. I know
Yeah.
she was an elf.
You are correct.
Yep. Or maybe a half elf, but she was elvish of some kind.
She was Elvis of some kind.
She was an Elvis of some kind, yes.
Yeah, uh-oh.
Corellian, do you pass on this information to me?
Oh, I would of course pass on this information of, hey, you know, interesting thing. I haven't seen any pointy ears around here.
If you want to sound
Right,
nice and racist, you
okay.
should say knife ear.
Nice and racist. Jesus Christ.
Well, it's just what these people would understand. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying this episode
You know,
is full of shit.
these
Like,
people.
Delete it, just delete it.
It's fantasy racism. It's different. I can say I hate mermaids because they're not real.
Is it? And then there's
Yeah.
people who dress as mermaids going, I'm gonna murder you. So that's sad.
Yeah, whatever. I'll just
Yeah.
stay away from the ocean, idiot.
Dude, you aren't aware
don't
that
know
I
if you
am
understand. You know what?
married
Okay,
to a
cool.
mermaid.
Kevin, can I use Twin Spell on a cantrip?
Only
I
it
believe
makes
so,
you
yeah.
fart.
Like, it's...
Well, technically a cantrip is not a spell, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, but it's something where it's... As long as they're single targets, I think, right? I'd be fine with that.
Well, I want to cast Minor Illusion on Mining Corellian's ears to make them more rounded.
Yeah, let me see. So heightened... What's the...
And then there has to be some uplifting montage when you get rid of it, and you know, some sort of uplifting song plays while you reveal to everyone you're an elf.
I mean, it only lasts a minute.
Ah.
I don't think that it
Just do what Spock did in the Star Trek movie. Just put a headband on.
Yeah, it says in Twin Spell, you use sorcery points equal to a spell's level 1 for a cantrip.
Okay.
So, That's even rules as written. But yes, you can. That's my ruling.
And then I just kind of want to see as we're walking and we've changed. People are going to have to make a successful intelligence investigation check to see if they can see through the illusion. But if that changes people's perspective,
Use your illusion.
Okay, so yeah, let's see if. I'm assuming you're doing this like while you're still on the way to the the mansion, because as you guys discover this. Okay, so let's get some rolls out by these random person peoples. So,
and then if you want me to like make another perception to see if I notice anything different.
No, you are looking for it. So you see, because you're setting this whole thing up and you're looking for people. There are some people who kind of glance, and then you are noticing that they are looking. And some people look and just whatever. Nothing has changed except the ears on you guys, since some people have been freaking out. Even though some people are freaking out, some people look at you guys and just go, yeah, whatever. Like they're kind of a little bit on edge a bit because people just ran by freaking out, and it's what the hell was just happening? Why was that going on? But some of them, nothing. But some, especially as you're looking at them, they look at your ears. They look at you and they glance at your ears, and then you see the change in their face once they recognize and they see through it, and then they start, like, one points and then grabs his child and scurries him into his house, closes the door.
I just want to make a comment. If we find out that us burning the elf bar down has turned this into an anti-elf community, Hal is gonna fucking burn this town to a cinder. I'm just saying.
I mean, if you want to start the lightning, sure. Do that.
I'm pretty sure I almost killed you by surprise already. Don't make me do it again.
Controlled? Yeah.
I don't need to be mind controlled to murder you. Just letting you know. All right, moving on.
Jeez, such.
Hal make a 17 wisdom save.
I'm not next to you, bro. You don't know what's going on in Hal's mind.
Make a 17 wisdom save.
No, I will not. Because when I find out that you did that, I will cut your throat and kill you, and then you can roll a new character. So no.
All right, he's not making the save, so he fails. What happens?
Oh, he's stuck there for a minute. I'm done with this shit.
I'm done with your shit, bro. Moving on.
Then polymorph. Turn him into an object. We turn him into a suitcase to carry around. Or is it only animals? Is it true
Pickle barrel.
an object? You're gonna make Hal the new pickle barrel from Marissa?
Alright, so what? What did you just cast?
Whole person.
I just have to ask, why would you have cast that on Hal? What was the
pissing
point
me
of
off,
this?
Tom.
I'm sorry. I'm pissing you off because I'm telling the group what my character is emoting at the moment? Like, what's going on, Wolfgang? Like, what's happening?
See, we're trying to get something done, and we keep getting interrupted by you saying that you're going to burn shit down.
I emoted what my character was feeling. I have burned nothing down, nor have I attacked anyone, nor have I done anything. And so my question is, what would have provoked you to cast a spell on a player character? And then secondarily, I'm pretty sure this is the way I've played Hal since day one. So I don't understand.
All right. Since this isn't getting us anywhere, we're moving on. Hal was not stunned because there was no reason for him to have been paused or anything as a character. So you guys continue on. You do notice that there are people who are reacting to noticing your ears that were changed. Kind of the same reaction you would see when someone sees through the illusion. And as I said, some of them kind of run away in fear.
We don't know anything about the area, right? Socio-political wise, if there's any sort of firing.
Well, you guys had no issues before. So.
And have we perceived that a lot of time has passed? Like, does it look like the buildings are the same? Does it look like anything's aged more than we remember it?
Let's get everyone to give me a history check.
Hal rolls a 2 on the die, so no help.
Yikes. The Ack brothers? Drac, Rack? History? Okay. I'm sure you guys twinsies with Hal.
Yeah.
And Drac? We still have you, Brian? You muted as usual? Okay. Okay. He's right. Will...
Grab a Bezo. Maybe.
But now I'm drinking Jeff. Could I get a history check?
Jeff. I need one?
Yes.
Excuse me. History?
Yes.
Oh, geez, I always slept through history. Before I dropped out. Yep. I think that's seen.
I mean, that's still it's better than a bunch of the party. It doesn't help as much. You're able to notice the things maybe a little bit more as they are pointed out by what Corellian...
Yeah, George Washington was the first president.
Corellian and Harbor are the ones that primarily notice that everything... a lot of things are the same, but there's definitely some things that you guys are seeing that took more than a month to be different.
Oh no.
Where's our ship?
Well, technically you wouldn't know what's going on anyway, but just in case you guys decide anything in terms of after you've noticed that on the way to the mayor's, and if you have any thoughts on what your next steps might be. That is a valid question. Shit. You know what? I'll let you. I'll let it go because even though I did it wrong, I'll have, because Corellian, you weren't here, so you wouldn't remember any of it. But I'm fine with you kind of pointing things out, and maybe that's where Harbor was like, wait, no, that wasn't like that. No. Now that you say that, no, I remember specifically. That was a single-story house, and now it's got another story and an addition over there. That's so. But you specifically, Corellian, do not realize that. You're just kind of pointing out some stuff. It's like, that looks nice.
Probably put out the suggestion that right now, for priority should not be finding an individual, but finding our mode of travel. Because if that boat's not there, we are now starting from scratch, and there's no telling what year it is. What
is there anything around that might give us an indication of that, of like what year it is, in the sense of like a newspaper or a calendar in like a shop front or something like that?
Bulletin announcement.
Yeah, something like that, right? Some kid on the corner going, "Here it is, the first day," something.
Well, what you guys remember is there was kind of a center of town.
And they didn't act like that to us before, right? They didn't react to themselves like that before?
No.
Okay, since do one thing. You know, because I don't have the best of luck whenever I cast this damn spell.
Disguise self. Here we go.
I'm wondering
if
you disguise self, you might just get killed. Just make sure you don't do it as an elf. Make sure you're not an elf.
No. So.
And once he does it, everyone just attacks him. Then he turns back into Corellian, and it's like, oh, shit. Are we going to have to talk to the mayor about getting someone revived again? No, just heal him. Oh, he was the healer. Shit.
I would let the group know what I'm about to do. Walk down like a dark alley. Chain. Well, they would be there, but yes. But yeah, I think that might be the best bet at this juncture, is to at least change into, you know, just a typical human, full human, you know, no elfish features whatsoever.
Do you do anything like, are you putting on, like, what are you doing? Like, you're changing clothes, but then, like, what are you just changing clothes? Are you, like, you guys were talking about the ears. There's other features as well, that...
Yeah, myself into, you know, a human shopkeeper from, you know, from travel, same.
And you're doing this with Disguise Self?
Disguise Self.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it'd just be a level 1, but I think that's the best thing to do. Because there's not much to do other than that. Lessen the blow, and unfortunately I can only cast it on myself. Or else, if I could cast at a higher level, I would just, you know, make Rack also, you know, look completely human.
Yeah, and with that, Rack, do you have any thoughts on a plan for dealing with the situation such as it is?
Um, what about like flags? Like things that would change specifically, like nation flags or
You didn't really even notice much in terms of flags the first time you came around.
Right.
It doesn't seem like it's a pretty decent sized town, a lot of people, but not something where so much money that they can blow it on flags. They're kind of like it's almost the sort of mentality of maybe if a kingdom changed hands, it wouldn't really affect them. It's
Okay.
kind of like whatever. We were ruled by Spain last week. Now we're ruled by the French. It changed nothing for us. The language doesn't even come here, so we just continue on how we are.
they're not reacting like that. So they're acting like they were invaded or something from what I've been hearing. Just from their reactions to the pointed ears and the elf-like features of Corellian and I. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm.
Yeah, that's that's not a bad conclusion with how they were reacting in such a horrified way. I said that weird, but that's okay.
Okay, well,
I mean,
like, as an just as a question, because I had another thought, but I was just wondering what your background that you picked on rap.
I'm a pirate.
Okay, I am also. And
So if you didn't point out the fact that they were specifically running and screaming from us, I would have just figured it was my people are afraid of you because of my reputation, because I'm a pirate.
yeah, well, because I don't know who else is technically a pirate on the crew, because I am also a pirate. So, and that's why I'm also wondering if there's other things involved, just not elvish ears, but or elvish looks. All right, but that might be a back.
I think with what you and the captain are saying, I think we need, before we go to the mayor's office, we need to
We need
act dumb and ask, excuse
I have
me,
a quick-
sir, what day is today? Christmas Day.
I have a quick question that maybe one of you remember. So the troop, not the troop, the rival pirate or whatever it was thing that was against Noven, were they like specifically Elvish? Was that something we learned, or is that not a thing?
Pretty sure they were mind flayers.
I'm thinking back to like the giant boat that we had to like avoid like way back at the start, and I don't remember what the crew of that was, but that was like a rival group, agency, whatever it was, and that's why I'm just asking, like, maybe if they were elves, maybe they've in our absence have created some sort of dominion or taken over, and what we're seeing is that fallout. I don't know. It's just the first thing that popped in my head.
Yeah, humans. Like you're talking like back when.
I mean, like, I hear you, Tom, but I mean, they've talked about the buildings have changed, so we might have thought we were told that it was only like an hour, but we could have rolled really poorly.
For sure. I was just coming up with like speculative alternative histories that we may have walked into. That's what that was.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Okay, so yeah, I think we need to get our bearings on time because we probably planar traveled, and time works differently in certain planes. And now we're going to have to see, or in terms of
Should we go visit our friends the dwarves? If they're still here? They'd certainly recognize at least Grack and Harbor.
live a long time, so that would probably be.
Hal was still a human back then, so.
Tom, give me a history check. Thomas.
Probably would have helped if I said that not muted. So is wisdom? Is history intelligence or wisdom based? It was a 17 on the die. If it's intelligence, I don't think I have any benefit. But if it's wisdom,
we can look
I think
at your
I have a good
character and see what your modifier is for history. It's a +0.
Yeah, it must be int based then. So sure. So 17 flat.
Okay, so yeah, that's plenty. So you remember all of it. You remember. Not only did that ship have humans all over it, from what you could see at least, because the ship was so big that it was hard to really see, especially from where you guys were. Even though you were able to see a woman who had a staff with a kind of star sort of thing and giant antlers. The other thing that you noticed the other thing you remember about this situation is this was after you guys left Bernard, because it's the four of you in a tiny widow boat floating out into the ocean, encountering this giant, maybe the biggest ship I've thrown at you guys so far, in this tiny little fishing boat.
It was very big, yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So,
not all elves on that.
For the size of it and everything, and I just didn't know if maybe that was an indicator of what we're seeing. So, if not. I think that the idea of talking to the dwarves might in fact be the right move.
Okay.
Kevin, just a quick question. The scrolls that you gave me, are they just blank spell scrolls?
No, did I not give you those?
You gave me the levels of them. You didn't give me the spells.
I thought I ended up. No,
you might have. I just
hold on.
Can't put the actual. I can't put the actual spells in there. Because if they were blank, I would want to try and send a message to what's his name, Purple.
So this is what the three are: the Hunger of Hadar, Hallucinatory Terrain, and Hollow. Hallow? I don't know what it does.
Can you just type those in the Discord so I can copy and paste them to my notes?
If it makes it sacred, it's
in. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was saying. It's like I don't know what it does. So.
Does anybody else have a contact or messaging thing? I don't have my character sheet in front of me.
That's only a wizard spell. That's why.
No, I'm sorry. I just meant like Harbor. Do you have something that maybe Noven gave you for contact or something? like a sending stone or something? I don't think that there is, but just in case.
Nope. Don't got that.
Yeah, I'm looking at your stuff, Tom.
I don't.
No.
I know I don't have something like that. Shit! Jeremy was on the boat.
Be tragic if we get there and he's gone. How long do bugs live?
I feel like Kevin just was like, you know what? 3.5 years from now, we're going to get back to this game, and the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to see if Hal has anything else he loves, and if he does, I'm going to kill it, and then I'm going to let him slowly find out that anything he knew that he loved, I killed that too.
Hey, if I killed this elf girl, I didn't realize it was that. I meant that much to you, okay? Because I would have done it in. I would have done it on screen.
Instead of off. Yeah, fair. Fair.
All right. So, what's the plan? I know you guys were talking about the dwarves, but people are still freaking out because there's still someone who has. I mean, not everyone is freaking out, but enough people are kind of noticing it, and it's still kind of causing an issue.
I think the best plan of operations is for me to take Corellian, cast Fly on both me and him, and take us out of the situation.
That
and
would
look for a place to and figure out where we need to figure out where we would want to regroup.
well, my own opinion would be is if we're flying out of the situation and just removing it,
we do that.
We try to find at least a way of looking at the port. This is, Eric the player, not Corellian, because I don't know anything at the time, but finding the ship, because the ship is the important part to us. So,
I do have access to the spell invisibility. But I think I can only do it once per day. So I might be able to turn one of you invisible if you don't want to both take off.
Don't waste that.
Okay.
That can come in handy. Worst comes to worst, I can fly us out of here. That's one of the reasons why I took Fly. Also, I wanted to see a flying barbarian.
That's pretty dope. That is pretty dope.
Yeah, so Corellian, you haven't cast Disguise Self on yourself yet. In that case, if it's going to be flying,
because if people are still freaking out even after he casts Disguise Self, then
So they're not Disguise Self. I was saying that they are fine. It's more. It was the because do they make a? They can, but it's something that they're generally not they're still noticing Rack, the couple that have kind of been around since you've gone and cast that.
Then I think that I should dip. Captain, where should I meet you? We don't know how much time has passed. We don't even know if our boat's here. But if I stay here any longer, there are going to be problems.
If you're flying, I would check out the docks, and then I think you should fly back to where we entered town.
And just stay in the forest?
Understood. And that is what I'm gonna do, Kevin. We're gonna split up the party because if my presence is causing way too much attention, that's the best course of action. If Corellian wants to come with me because disguise self can only last for so long, and you only have a limited number of spell slots. I can twin spell fly at the 3rd level, so I'm not wasting a higher level.
That would help because I only have an hour on disguise self.
Yeah. So, and like we don't even have to like up and away. Because we'll get 60 feet of movement in general, so we can just dash.
Got it.
All right, so you guys fly off. Move your guys in the direction that you're generally kind of heading. It's not full, and we'll just figure out how long it takes to get there, and then how high up you're going as well.
So I don't want to like cause a bigger scene because I feel like if we just fly up, it's just going to cause more panic. Because as soon as I cast fly, my concentration on minor illusion is going to come off. So maybe I put up my hood and it'd be like gliding towards ducks. Like not.
So you're still staying like hidden.
Yeah.
And on the ground.
Yeah.
But with fly ready to go.
Well, no. So it's like I'm floating, but not so much that people would notice. Kind of like just gliding on the
Hey, that guy's hovering above the ground.
Yeah.
Well, the one issue I would bring up with that is that fly is only 10 minutes. So, if that was something where if you wanted to just walk and then hold on to it and while you're with Corellian in disguise, you could then kind of just already be holding him so that at any moment you could cast fly and then just go.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Have that kind of prepared so you guys can go off and you can walk through the streets and then be prepared with fly at a moment's notice. Corellian, you would then, after he was kind of checking after you had cast Disguise Self, I'm saying that you did cast Disguise Self then, because that was the thing that set you guys off to knowing that worked in changing people's thoughts. Rack is now
in. Okay. Yeah. Cool beans.
Alright. So you guys are going that way. Where is everyone else going?
Are we still
Or are you all going?
We were just at the mayor's place, right? Or
Well, no, we were headed that way, and then all the shit hit the fan.
Wait,
okay,
well,
did you just load the mayor's office? Because that was the mayor's office, right? With the
It
guards
was.
or whatever.
It was, but then as we kind of went through some stuff, we kind of stepped back a little bit because you guys were noticing this along the way.
Yeah,
and it's like
I think we were going to check in with the dwarves,
some of
right?
us rolled really well.
some rolled well, some not as well.
Not
so well. But
you guys
wanted to check
noticed
in with the dwarves, right? Yeah.
Yes. So where is it that you are heading?
The dwarven bar, right? Like that's where the contact point was.
Yes. Do you know which one that was?
I mean, it's where I'm pretty sure. Isn't that where we met? Oh my God, Peter Rufflekins. Isn't that where we met him?
No. No.
Oh, no, that's right. It wasn't here. That was a different town. That's right. That was the first town we sowed rumors in. I don't remember what it was called. To be honest, I don't know that Hal was part of infiltrating and meeting with them. I think I was doing something else.
Well, yeah, because you were meeting the other one. I want to say it was Drac. I don't remember if Drac went there alone. If anyone else remembers.
I don't remember either.
Now, give me a history check. With advantage.
Me or Tom are both.
You. Because I know you were there.
You.
I don't know if...
I just rolled.
Yeah, see? So yeah, that's enough. You remember that... Let me make sure. Yes. You remember that the Soaked Wrath near port was the place that you went. Because you remember you left Gilmar there.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was just like, oh, this is excellent. And then you were like, okay, but I have to go and do stuff. You can stay here.
Oh, wasn't he chatting up some other dwarven lady at the bar? Or like
It
someone
might
else?
be the
I thought he was talking to someone.
the owner was
Gilmer's gonna have a family.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I gave up the pirate life years ago. And be like, that's what you think, and then pull him away.
You don't
Fucking
get to
pirate.
make that
Oh,
choice.
you mean you paused because you had a lot of downtime and you spent it well. Let's go.
It's okay. Pirates run away from their family all the time. It's normal.
That's the
Literally
point.
what a pirate does.
All right, so yeah, you guys know that goes that way to the Soaked Wrath. Maybe not that direct of a line, but that's the as the crow flies, or in this case, as the Corellian and Rax fly.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Unless
I guess that's where we're going.
Corellian's off on his own.
No, I was going with Rack, but I'm also trying to search for an image since I see what you replaced my image with on the map.
Did it just happen? Did it just happen? Did it just happen and I can't see it? Damn it!
Yes. It's the pirate with the. It's the pirate with the double zippers.
It's a pirate's life for me.
Did we forget to mention, Eric? You got a new belt.
I see.
It's the ultimate disguised self belt.
Right. No one would recognize you at all.
You can use that.
Oh, Eric, and look what I found. I found an actual big picture of this. So there was actually some good for you that came out of this.
Too bad it's not your character model anymore.
Right. Anyway, back to where you are now.
Flash forward. It's been 3 years.
All right. So this is another option.
It's the last kick in the pants from hell. Corellian comes back from hell, and they're like, "Oh, and by the way, boop."
Or this one because it had kind of the same stance. This one was a good one that we wanted to go with.
Yeah, so I'm going with, see if the ship is still there, whatnot.
Okay. Let's let me see something real quick. Okay. So Eric, if you want, you can now enter the text channel on the Discord called Things. And you'll be able to see all of the options that we were working with. and trying to figure out for you.
Wait, what? Oh, gee.
We worked really hard on this one, buddy.
There's some real winners.
Oh, God.
Spent like an hour and a half looking for stuff.
Right, seriously. The game ended, and then 2 hours later, we're still just all working on this fucking ridiculous shit. So, that'll teach you to miss a session.
Sorry I missed it because I was. What was I doing? Was I biking? I think I was biking.
Yeah, it was that day.
Terrible reason.
I know.
So, we've got Corellian and Rack moving towards the docks, but everyone else is going to the Soaked Wrath, unless I am mistaken and anyone else wants to go somewhere else. You guys are generally headed in the same direction.
Yeah, Hal wants to see if we can get answers there first, and then he's got this really creeping, horrible feeling going on.
Okay, so everyone you guys have been discussing it at this point, and you've already taken steps to correct it, the issue that it's causing, and you're also paying attention to some of the things along the way. There's some places that everyone looking around, not everyone realizes it, but people are able to look at different things and go, that wasn't like that, and that's different. You're not really seeing much in terms of anything that would say the date. If you wanted,
Endgame.
if you wanted to talk to someone, you could. At this point, there was the commotion. You guys hear some things kind of heading up more towards the mayor's house. You can only assume that was probably from you guys and what had been happening. Some of the people who were running off. You notice that there are things that are very different on the way. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts, or if... basically everyone comes down to here. There was a commotion behind you. You've gone through the crowds. Rack is, I assume, kind of ducking behind maybe Drac and Harbor on one side of them, sort of thing. Sticking with Corellian, who is in disguised self, so that they can fly off at any moment should it be required. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. And you guys get to here.
I thought Corellian and I were going off to check in.
They were going another direction.
If the ship was still there.
So everyone was heading down here to the Soaked Wrath. I'm sorry.
It's on the way. I'm still with them, but I have a hood on my cloak, I would assume, and I put my hood up in case the minor illusion, if people were passing that check.
Why is this not bringing you guys? Is it shift click? It's shift click, that's why. So yes, that is what's happening. So you guys were just kind of all headed in the same direction. If everyone else was going to the Soaked Wrath, it was basically along the way. The Soaked Wrath is one of the first places on the way from the port. So I got you guys to the point where right now people can go off to the Soaked Wrath and people can continue on to the port, and it's just a much smaller distance from here where you guys are splitting if you guys decide to split. Or you guys are all right here if you wanted to head out to the port all together. That'd be fine too, because it's it's not like you're all splitting all different directions. But let me know what you guys want to do.
I thought, just because of the reaction that they were giving Corellian and I thought it would be best for the Draken and the crew and the rest at Drac Harbor and Hal go and talk to the dwarves, because the dwarves might see pointed ears and might cause a situation that we don't want. So I thought it would be best, in our best interest, if Corellian and I went towards the port, split up once, they get to the bar, and then we go check on the ship, and then we'd meet around where we originally came in from the city. I thought that was the plan.
Yeah, and that's so at this point where you guys are, you guys can still do that. And if you wanted to take a different path away from these guys so that you kind of split the group up and it wasn't...
Well, I mean, if it's more beneficial for us to stay together while Corellian and I have, because Minor Illusion's a cantrip, I can just keep casting it on myself when it runs out. But if people pass the intelligence check, they're gonna freak out. That's why I put up.
Yeah.
So, and if people are in disagreement on splitting up, let me know. I just thought that it would be in our best interest for people who are getting the reactions to separate so that they can get more information.
Yeah, it's easier to, attract flies with honey than vinegar. So if we're the ones, causing a ruckus, that'll probably be easier to gain information for the larger group. So.
I don't want Corellian to keep wasting spell slots on the sky itself.
I already wasted one spell slot.
And I think that one should be enough to get us where we need to go, and then if it runs out, we fly in UTFO.
Yeah.
Alright, so if that's the case and everyone's in agreement, that'll be Harbor, Drac, and Hal heading to the Soaked Wrath, Corellian and Rack splitting off, checking on the port. What's the plan for... I know it has already been brought up, so I'll make sure that we are reminded and figure this out. What's the plan for meeting up?
So...
meet up at the mayor.
We're to check on the port, and then we meet where in the forest where we entered before we entered town. So where you had us
yeah,
before.
Where in the forest? Do you want to be like right on the edge, like in the town sort of thing? Do you want to be kind of in the forest a bit?
We should make like a blind almost and just kind of hide ourselves in the foliage. Make sure that we're out.
I mean, we can always go to the port. If the ship's there, we can go on the ship, and then we can fly from the ship. If the ship's not there, we can fly from the port and make it look like we're not going to the forest, because if people see us, they could follow us.
So, another thing too, because with what you're saying and what I was asking, you are splitting up the party where you have a ranger in either side. Two rangers that know each other pretty well at this point. You've spent a lot of time together, for better or for worse. So, if you decide to go somewhere like deeper into the forest, you still feel pretty confident. As you guys were coming up with this plan, if you guys wanted to do that, you could have been discussing what you need to do to make it so that you're in the woods and you can find each other pretty easily because you know what to look for with each other. So, as far as what you were saying with getting to the port and everything, and then flying away and getting somewhere where you wouldn't be found, you guys could fly deeper into the woods, and knowing that if that's the plan, you guys would you would have a way to be found. It doesn't seem like you wouldn't be able to discover each other in the woods with markings and different stuff.
I'm gonna leave that up to Tom, TJ, and Brian, because they're the ones that have to find us.
Right. So that was a little between like Corellian and Hal that would know that, but as far as you guys getting into the woods, you wouldn't necessarily have to fly up, and then if the situation got bad, you wouldn't have to be like, ah, crap, how are we going to then hide on the edge of the woods where they could find us? Because other people could find us.
Worse, we could always just fly. Would we be able to fly up to the rotted mansion? Because I see it's right there on the cliff.
Humanoids are one of Hal's favorite enemies. Just saying.
Of course they are.
For tracking purposes.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
No,
yeah, well, right. No, that entirely checks out.
Same difference.
So
It's different coming from Corellian.
Like, because we could go into the forest, or we could go back up to, because of fly, we could.
Oh yes, you did ask that, and I was just on my way back. Yes, you would be able to fly up there, because of
the 10-minute limit. And if not,
yeah.
I can always meta magic. Do I not have it anymore? Oh no, I do. No, I don't. Okay, I don't have it anymore. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah. For now, we'll say it's a pretty lengthy path up and around, but flying 120 feet every 6 seconds. I don't even know. I'm gonna end up doing some math, and 10 minutes should be plenty. Because it's 120 every 6 seconds, so that's 10, and then times 10 again. 12,000 feet? Yeah, isn't that like a mountain?
We can make an entire loop.
Right.
Okay. All right. And then we could head back down towards where we came in from there. Just so that we're covering our tracks. Maybe I'm just being too cautious about this.
I'm sorry. What? I didn't understand the last part. Go from the port.
So if from the port we flew up to the mansion, and then we basically made a loop around back to where we entered the town in the forest. just to cover our tracks, because if people see pointed ears, somebody might get brave and try to follow us, and
Okay.
I'm trying to be sneaky about it.
Yeah, so you're gonna.
But if I'm being way too complicated, somebody please step in and tell me.
No, I'm just wondering if you'd be able to fly all the way back at that point. Maybe if you wanted to start heading back.
Yeah, start heading back.
Okay, so you're gonna fly up here, and maybe fly as far as you can, and then continue walking the rest of the way.
We could do that, or we could just fly into the forest. It's up to everyone else, honestly.
Like if you fly from here, you could fly up and around to the forest.
Yeah,
that one's definitely an option, and that's why I wanted to make sure that it's something where you guys knew if you do that, you would be able to find each other, even if you went further into the forest. Like if people discovered you, and you only had to fly on the edge, because that's what the plan was, and you might be discovered at that point. So you could do that. You could plan on meeting up at the forest. Not the forest. We already went over that. The decrepit mansion. That's fine too. Let me know what you guys are thinking, and then we'll go from there.
I mean,
It's
it's
probably
up to. It's up to. I mean, it's up to Eric. I mean, that's just my thoughts on it. But we're both in this, so I'd rather have some input instead of just making the plan.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, I'd rather go to an area that we already know is cleared of people, rather than go to the mansion, which we now have gone for a while, so I don't know what could be there. So if we go back to the forest, yeah, rangers can find each other pretty easy. We can mark up something and just say that, okay, we left a small trail. Hal should be able to find us pretty easily.
As long as he doesn't roll that one.
So it's probably about noon, midday, at the moment. So you guys have been gone from the mansion from earlier for only about like 4 hours, and it's the middle of the day.
Okay.
Then why don't we just go to the mansion?
Okay, then we'll go to the mansion. Sorry, with this whole time warp thing.
No, that's fine. But you guys would have known how much time has passed as you've shown up from the mansion, slept in the mansion, took rounds, traveled, and then started traveling in the morning from there to here. It's only been about 4 hours. It's midday.
Okay, so then we'll just make a plan to go back to the mansion at that point. And I think that's where we'll leave it with the group and just say, like, hey, we'll take a look at the dock. If the ship is there, we will stay with the ship. If not, we will go back to the mansion. So,
I mean, like, as of right now, with everything being so uncertain, I would assume our base of operations would be the mansion, because we don't know if the ship's there.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair point. In fact, we're going to have to steal a fleet.
Okay.
Apologies to the psychic damage to Hal for going back to the place of his death.
So,
all right. So everyone's good with that. Hal, Drac, and Harbor, you guys are heading to the Dwarven Bar with the plan to meet up back at the mansion.
Yes, sir.
Or the ship, I guess. If they go to the ship, and they will stay at the ship. So, does that mean that you guys are then going to have to go to the port yourselves anyway?
Make more sense. Why don't we just meet at the mansion, and if they go to the ship and then tell us if it's there or whatever, might as well just meet at the mansion.
Because I'm just thinking, logistics.
Because even if the ship is there and we go into the ship, there is still a chance that people will see that. So I think it's better for us to confirm if the ship is there and then go to the mansion, because we don't know what time frame it's been.
Yes. Agreed.
All right. So either way, you guys are going to the mansion?
If the captain's okay with that.
Sounds good to me.
All right. And then, so Hal, Drac, and Harbor are not going to go and check the port for the ship. They're going to then go to the mansion and meet up with you guys?
Sounds like a good plan.
I think that's the best course of action. Only because they can get the information, get information, hopefully, and then we can rendezvous and consult on what the next plan of action is.
Okay. Cool. Well, in that case, that is what we'll be doing at the beginning of next week, when we have Corellian and Rack checking out the docks, Hal, Drac, and Harbor checking out the Soaked Wrath, the Dwarven bar by the port, with the plan to meet up at the mansion.
If I didn't say it, that is a cool bar name. Just saying.
Yes. Some pretty good ones come from the generators.
I was playing in a different game where my character was a wrestler, and he had a bar he went to, and I named the bar the Bruised Ego. I thought that was pretty sharp, but nice. I like this too.
All right.
Well, you know what? Pirates are back, baby, and also awesome. Let's do this. Cool.
We'll
Back,
do
baby.
just step over, and then we'll talk to you guys, I'm sure, throughout the week and everything anyway. But yes, we'll see you guys next week for Pirates.
And pumpkin carving?
And pumpkin carving, yes.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, that is
Wait,
next week.
is that next week? Oh my god!
Next Saturday. Pumpkins.
All right, cool. I'm glad that you said that. Yeah, that does entirely make sense. That's the last Saturday it could be if we're going to do anything for Halloween.
It's a
Pumpkin
weird
carving in November.
It's a weird like Halloween follows like almost a full week later, but yeah. But that's what it is. For sure.
Yep.
All right, see you lads. Thanks for hosting and all that business.
Absolutely.
Later all.
Later, guys.